We're back with another update about our house. Last time we told you that we had 3 showings in one day and we were looking forward to that. Well, it turns out that 2 of the 3 showings were a no-show, which was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't expect that to happen, obviously. We usually have good showings, you know, people show up, but for some reason, 2 of them just decided not to for whatever reason. But the one showing that actually showed up, they stayed for a long time and they liked the property. They looked at it, they took a ton of measurements in the schoolhouse behind us, a lot of pictures, they talked about it. They stayed as long as the agent could stay. She told me she was getting cold and she couldn't take it anymore. So that's good, it was a good showing, but we haven't heard back yet. No feedback, no like decisions. They were interested.
So who knows? Maybe they'll put an offer in anytime now.
Yeah. We've had like maybe 1 or 2 other people do a no-show for their showing, so it's not like the first time it's happened. But we've had quite a few showings, and there's a couple of people who've been really more interested than the rest.
And we still have a couple more showings coming up still.
We actually have a showing tomorrow, another showing. So we'll see how that goes. And the showing tomorrow, I think, is somebody who already viewed it. This is their second viewing, so that's very promising. So that's all the news we have about the house. There's just nothing new, just waiting for something. But in the comments, we've been reading a lot of people say, do you have a video of the schoolhouse? Can we see the schoolhouse? You know, we don't show it much because we never do anything in there, but here's the schoolhouse, and we thought, while we're waiting, we'll take you guys in one last time and do a quick tour and show you what it looks like inside there. So here's the outside of it. As you guys know, it's a really cool building and it actually looks bigger than it is. Inside, it's not a huge square footage. You can see it's actually called Swan School, and Swan is the township that this was in at the time. And we've never shown that detail before, but there it is.
Yeah, it's really cool. And the cool decorative piece right there.
Come on in. Let me close this. So as you can see, we're missing stairs. Originally there would have been a full width staircase kind of coming up to this level. And somebody took them out, and another set of stairs would have went down to the basement right here. And again, all missing.
Yeah.
So you come up to this platform and you can see we're missing the floor over here. There used to be a raised platform. And if you turn this way, here's the main school room. It's really cool, but it's not that big. It would actually make a fairly small house, but it would be a good size for us. And that's why we liked it.
Yeah.
So there's the school desk that some of you guys have asked about that we were given. I brought it in here and it's just been sitting.
It's fitting.
So as you can see, there's actually not that much to show you guys. That's why we don't really come in here. There's just not much to do. But it honestly isn't that big of a project as some of you guys might think. I know some people have really given us a hard time about the schoolhouse and thought it was going to be like this crazy project that could never happen. But I really don't think it would be too bad. So all the walls are just really thick, solid brick covered with plaster. The plaster is in decent shape, but it needs to be patched in a couple spots. The ceilings, I think, are 12 feet high.
Yeah.
And the roof is in good, solid shape.
This is the front of the building, and it has these 3 windows up here. And then this side has these 3 windows. The back of the schoolhouse has no windows.
And that's the north side, so it actually makes sense that there's no windows.
Yeah. And then over here, there's 4 windows. There's one over here in the entry.
And that entry is also goes straight up to the bell tower. I can show you that. Just straight up.
And somebody removed the bell like in the 70s, we think.
Yep.
That's what our neighbor told us.
So the downstairs has this one big room, and then there's a smaller section here in this little area here. There used to be a back door that is just piled up with bricks. It could be easily opened back up. Up here is the name of the original contractor that built the schoolhouse.
And his name is also on one of the concrete plaques by the front door.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the mini tour. I know a lot of you guys have been wanting to see the inside, so there it is. It's not too crazy impressive in there. It's kind of it looks big. Sometimes buildings look bigger on the inside than they look on the outside, but this is kind of the opposite. It looks big on the outside, and on the inside, it's reasonable. It's not too big. Most of the building's been gutted out, so there's not too much interesting stuff left, unfortunately, but it's ready for the next person.
Yep.
Now I know a lot of you guys want us to still repair the schoolhouse, renovate it. I would love to do it, I'd love to show it, but we really have decided that this is not what we want, because we have certain goals in our mind that we've been working toward for a long time, and we know that this is not our forever home. We know that we won't be happy with the highway noise and different things. To do anything here would be kind of wasting time. It would get us ahead in some ways, potentially could make us more money, but it would be delaying our dreams.
Yeah.
And part of our dreams are for our children also, and I just wanted to bring that up because it's not just about us, but it's about our children and how we want to raise them. And we want to do certain things. We want to have animals, we want to garden, we want to live, we want to produce food and raise them a certain way in a certain environment. And we aren't able to do that here. We could buy animals, but we'd have to get rid of them. We would have to put in a fencing and shelters and everything, and we'd have to get rid of them. It would be kind of a waste of time and money to do that, and we don't want to get animals and get rid of them. Get animals, get rid of them. So since we can't do what we want to do here, we'd have to wait. And even though you guys say you're young, you have time, our kids are growing fast. You saw it. Everybody was saying, wow, look how much Maverick grew. Look how much Belle grew. They're growing fast, and we have been working for a long time, and it's taking longer than we wanted to get to even where we are now. And we don't want them to miss out on their childhood of having certain things that we want for them and teaching them certain things that we want to teach them. And that's one of the big motivating factors of moving on to someplace else, because while this would be fun, there's just more important things to us right now. Ashley wants like a donkey or a mule.
Yeah.
We're not going to get that here.
No.
That's kind of a long-term commitment animal.
Belle always talks about wanting a pony, and we have other livestock ideas in mind.
Yeah. So we want things, and even gardening. We just don't have the time to commit to really establishing a good garden here. It's just, you know, we'd take a couple years, few years to get this thing fixed, and that'd be years of Belle growing up even more.
Belle's already 9.
Yeah.
So.
And she'll be a teenager before we know it, and then we weren't able to give her what we want to give her.
During her younger years.
And teach her what we want to teach her. So I hope that it just makes sense of where we're at and what we're looking at. Is not that, you know, this wouldn't be a cool project. It's just not getting us to where we want to be, and this turns out it's not our forever home. If it was, yeah, we'd be working on it, but it's not. So we'd rather just pass it along to somebody else and keep focusing on our goals before it's too late.
Yeah.
I hope that all makes sense. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour and the update. We'll let you know if anything good comes of that previous showing or the one tomorrow. And I guess that's all.
We also have another showing on Monday.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So I guess that's all we have for today. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.
Bye.